If everyone would please rise and we'll open with the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two.
Okay, be seated. Okay. The roll call was you, man, right?
I hope I get this right.
We'll see. You know, the crowd won't mind.
Thank you. Mr. Kinlan.
Here.
Mr. Haskins.
Here.
Mr. Bukowski.
Here.
Ms. Kinlan. Here. Mr. Baumgartner.
Here.
And Ms. Paskowitz. Here. Thank you.
I think Barney Gordon's absent. Is Barney Gordon's absent?
Okay. And is John still supposed to come, Russ?
Yeah, I think he's... John is excused.
Okay. Then the minute, everybody got a copy of the minutes?
Yep.
Okay.
Approval of minutes. I make a motion that we accept the approval of minutes for August 6th, 2018.
Second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Passes. Okay. Do we have any old business to come before us?
No, I do not believe we had anything carry over. I watched it last month or 2 months ago, that meeting. We did not have anything carry over. The thing that I have that included for new business here that was requested was to go through, like, putting together, you have copies of the actual resolution or the ordinance for the board, and to discuss that later on in the new business.
All right. Next thing on the list is public input.
I think...
Seeing and hearing none?
Mr. Lucci, would you like to public input on what the honor guard does?
Sure.
Yeah. Mr. Thompson?
Yes, sir.
What does Rogers do for the community?
Yes, sir. Come up to the microphone, please. Nope, that's your job, sorry.
They can hear me, Randy.
Okay.
Yeah, state your name for the record.
I've never been accused of being quiet. My name's Tom Thompson. I'm a member of the American Legion Post 189 Riders. Just a little information on things that we do for the community is we participate in the Sebastian parades, Christmas, 4th of July, etc. We work the Sebastian Shrimp Festival, Clam Bake, along with the Legion itself. We do funeral escorts for veterans. We're members of the Veteran Council in Indian River County. Our honor flight escort, we escort veterans to Orlando Airport for their trip to DC once a month. We take gifts to the local nursing homes on Christmas. We do a ride to the nursing homes and give them gifts. A lot of people that, their families don't visit them, so we go visit them. We visit the hospitals, veterans in the hospitals, along with our members. We do fundraisers, poker runs for needy veterans and their families. We just did a breakfast for the ROTC candidates at the high school. We participate in Wreaths Across America, place a wreath on veterans' graves in the cemeteries. And we donate to homeless veterans of Indian River County. And anything else we can get involved in to support the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions for Tom? Seeing and hearing none, thank you, sir. Okay.
All right, I'd like John Haskins, the VFW, the Sheriff's Department has a wrestling team in the Sebastian High School, and they're in very much need of new wrestling mats and mats for the walls, which the school would not give them the money to replace them. So they came to us And our military order of cooties is donated $200 towards the mats. Our auxiliary is going to be donating $200 towards the mat. My VFW is going to give another $600 to make $1,000 from my post to the wrestling team to get mats. If anybody out there has any interest in making a they are accepting donations. You can contact me at the post if you need to know how to get a hold of them or whatever. But this is for the kids. We're giving the money to the school, letting them know that it's designated to the mats, so that they'll be able to, the school will be able to fund the mats for them, but the school just won't, they don't have it in their budget to do it, so we're giving the school the money to do that. Also, because we won't have another meeting here until January, November 10th, on the Marine Corps birthday, I'm having a Boston boil at our post and an auction. I'm getting things to auction off. Fort McCoy, our Veterans Retirement Home, is in need of a new roof. I guess it's a small roof. It's only $1 million for the roof. And all the proceeds from the auction is going to be going to Fort McCoy. We have Christmas lined up for the needy kids. We do that every year. I believe last year we had, how many kids in Nails? 42?
I think 42 to 45.
We had a bunch last year. We managed to get through it. We will again this year. Hopefully, with the economy coming down, there won't be as many needy children, because the economy looks great. But whoever's out there, that if you know of anybody, Randy, or anybody that's in need, please let me know, and we'll do our best to take care of them. They do not have to be veterans' families.
Okay.
We take care of our veterans, but we also take care of the community. So if anybody has any ideas of any children that need help, please let us know.
Will do.
Neil, did we have anything else that we needed to announce? New Year's is all set. Thanks. November 22nd is Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving every year, I have a free dinner to any needy families, or anybody who wants to just come over. You don't have to be really needy, but I try to make sure we take care of needy families on Thanksgiving. So if you know any needy families that need a meal, we'll be glad to turn around, pack up a meal, and take it to them if they can't come to the post. But we have a very good, I think last year we do 14 turkeys, Neil? 15?
I do believe so. There was a lot of them.
Yeah, I tell you, it was a bunch. And also, I'd like to welcome Kim Pekowski to our...
Paskowitz.
You know I'm great with names, but anyways, that's Kim over there, and welcome to our
Thank you.
organization here. Other than that, I think I'll be clear. I think I'll be clear on that.
The other thing maybe we could mention, because I'd like to have us take to the city council, was like what we've done, especially in Sebastian River High School with the scholarships and so forth at both the VFW and the American.
We have Patriots Pen running and Voice of Democracy. Andrea Coy is in charge of our Voice of Democracy. I talked to her the other day for input, and she said she's got all the stuff to the paper, to the TV, to the principals, and to the teachers. So she's working on that. Larry Mills is running my Patriots Pen. He's on top of that, and I believe it's October. I think it's the 23rd. I think it's the 23rd, or yeah, I believe it's the 23rd that they're all due in for back into the post to go through, and I think we'll have another good year. Last year for Voice of Democracy, I had 92 turned in for Patriots Pen, and that was exceptional. So we're working very hard on that too.
Right, and then I know within the last year, you've talked earlier about the scholarships that both the American Legion and the VFW have donated to the
Yes,
community.
yes, we run the scholarship every year. That's going good. Hopefully, we'll get, I'm not sure when they're supposed to be turned in, but that, it's not too long from now, but, we have one more, we give $3,000, the VFW. Okay, I give them $1,500 the first year. They keep their grade at the grade level for the second year, then they get the other $1,500. What was happening is we was giving them the $3,000 up front. They'd go for a few months and just quit.
Yeah.
And now they got and that's not what it was meant for. It was meant to help them. So by doing it this way here, we're making sure that they continue and do what they're supposed to be doing with it. And I'll get an update to you on the scholarship.
And I think the same thing, I don't know if John or Russ want to talk about what's done really, what the American Legion also does.
I can tell you what the auxiliary does.
Okay.
All right, and some of this stuff is in conjunction with the post. We do give scholarships. The auxiliary itself gives 2 $1,000 scholarships every year, Sebastian high school students. We also sponsor a program called Girl State, where every year we send one girl who's between junior and senior year in high school to Tallahassee for a week to learn the ins and outs of government, state government, where they become mayors, councilmen. One is elected the governor of Florida, and they actually pass a few bills and learn how to write bills and pass them and get them through the legislature. So it's a very good learning experience on government education. We also have a big program going where we send coupons to military bases. We had been doing Incirlik for about 7 years in Turkey. Now we are doing a base in Korea. Last year we sent over $160,000 worth of coupons. These are newspaper coupons that they can use in the BXs, and they get credit at the stores, so it helps the military families who don't make enough money to buy food for their families. This helps them along. We also participate in the Clam Bake and the Shrimp Fest for the city. We go to the schools with the men from the Legion, the grade schools, to talk to the young children about community, service, what the flag means. Our personal members, we have people who we take to doctor's appointments, church, grocery shopping. Any old elderly person or veteran who needs transportation, we will do a one-on-one with them. We work with the Sons of the American Legion to place the grave markers on the graves. We do a dinner in November with the Quilts of Valor ladies. We bring 25 to 30 veterans. This year we will be doing 25 Vietnam veterans to the Legion. We give them a free dinner, and the ladies present them each with an individually made quilt in their honor. And it's a very moving ceremony. They wrap each individual person in their own quilt to recognize their military service. And then in January, we do a luncheon for veterans, up to 120 veterans, and we work with Congressman Posey's office. They come in and they present them with certificates and little pins and thanking them for their service. And if you'll notice, we have a banner on the back wall thanking veterans for service, and they're welcome to come in and sign their name on it or put a statement if they'd like. That is called our Welcome Home Veterans Luncheon. We attend all the services at the park, the Veterans Day, Memorial Day, the Four Chaplains Day. Our ladies knit and crochet lap robes and make ditty bags for the Veterans Hospital, which we send to them. We had over 1,100 hours doing that last year. We've donated shoes, socks, toiletries to the Veterans Outreach Program in Vero. Some of our members volunteer at the Victory Center store at the Vero Mall. which is run by veterans, for veterans. It's all volunteer, nobody gets paid there. And the money all stays in Indian River County to provide money for the bus service to take them to the hospitals. They also bring in counselors to help anyone who needs help. So that's just another volunteer type thing. We make individual goodie bags, which one of our men takes to the homeless vets in the area here and distributes them to the guys that are in the woods. We also, two of our members also have formed the North County Quarter Auction, and every month they do a quarter auction for a different charitable organization. We've done the Dogs for Life, we've done the Veterans Council, we've done a teacher who had cancer. Every month it's a different outreach program. And not only do our two ladies run it, but also we have quite a few ladies who work the kitchen to sell food and help make additional funds for that. I think that's about it right now that I can think of. You want to tell what the Legion does?
Thank you, Char. You went way over the
I'm sorry.
Okay.
We do a lot of stuff.
I know, all right. And
Yes,
yeah.
we all do a lot of stuff.
Yes, we do.
We
Char
just,
covered a lot of it, but she said, yeah, Joe.
Andy just came in, he might ask him if he had anything.
You mean
Yeah,
Al?
Al, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I was calling Andy.
Oh, later. He was late.
We're still on input.
I know,
We're still on
I know.
input.
Al, you got something? You want to come to the microphone and speak, Al?
No, I'm good. I'm just.
You sure?
Meeting for the first.
Okay, then welcome, brother. Okay. Okay, anyway, Char covered a whole bunch of stuff that we do jointly with them. The only thing is Girl State, we also do Boys State. It's the same thing going up to Tallahassee. And you mentioned Thanksgiving. I think for the first time, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to open up the Legion, and Gary, who goes out to the homeless, is going to see if we can get them to come. If not, we'll prepare meals and he'll take them out.
Right, yeah, that's great. Yeah.
For those that don't know, homeless veterans are a different group. You just can't show up. They booby trap stuff and everything. So Gary has worked his way into the encampments. He's our service officer, and he now has a relation. Somebody meets him and everything. So the stuff that Char was saying the ladies put together, he gets to take them, and he's already started talking to them. And he did take them he took 25 of them to a stand down where they have showers and doctors and dentists and everything in Port St. Lucie. But he says there's well past 100 people out there, but still to get those people to trust him enough to get on a bus.
It's very hard.
Yes,
It's
yeah,
very hard.
and a lot of them are entitled to benefits, but they gotta go, and some of them just won't go. So we're still working on making that better. And let me see, and Christmas, you mentioned that, we do the same thing for the kids and everything. And we also, like you mentioned, whether they're veterans' kids or not, if they're needy in the community, we try to do that.
Right.
And I think in both our cases, we sometimes have done a poor job of getting that information out because for some reason people think we only do veterans and we actually do the whole community.
That's what I try to put out also
Yeah.
is to make sure that everybody understands we take care of our veterans and
Yeah.
our community.
Right.
So we're not only here for veterans, we're here for our community also. And a lot of people just don't understand it. It's hard to get them to understand it. And I keep preaching it, and it's getting better.
It is, it absolutely is.
Would you like?
And here is helping, this particular meeting.
I was going to say, would it help if like we posted it on the board out there? I'm
Yeah.
a little bit leery to say put it on Channel 25 only because you may get overwhelmed the first time you do it, not knowing what you'll get. But we could certainly post it on the board here or do some limited information. And the city's normally very receptive to help the veterans groups and do that type of thing. So I can check into that and report back to you before the next meeting because that's not until I think December, John. We are having one, I believe, in December, are we not? This is October or?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Jerry, would you like to report about the Honor Guard now?
Hi, I'm Jerry Liucci, Post 189, Sebastian Area Veterans Honor Guard, and we've been very busy. We just had a very terrible funeral at the post. One of our members was killed in a motorcycle accident. We're ready for Veterans Day. We'll be there 10:30 for the 11 o'clock Veterans Day, November 11th. And I'm still looking for a trailer, a flatbed, for, believe it or not, this coming July 4th. So anybody that has one.
A 30-footer?
Yeah, that would be great, really.
Got one.
Okay.
It's just flat, you gotta build the size, you gotta, Dave Weller's trailer. You remember Dave Weller's trailer, we used to put it together.
Okay, that's what we're gonna need, and.
I got it to you, I'll bring it over to you.
Some of us hardcore might march down Indian River Drive, but we're getting to the point where that march is, especially like it was this last time, so hot.
Well, as we discussed about you guys having a march like that, using the younger guys for carrying the flags and stuff, the ROTC and what else was it we were going to use?
It was, I did ask the Sebastian Police Department and the Sheriff's Department if they might be able to fill in. I didn't know whether we were going to need them or not, but as it ended up, we did it, but everybody at the end, even the kids, I call them kids, they're the young people, ROTC, they said that was quite a march.
I've made that march many times, and it's, and when we get up to our age, it's hard, it's really hard to make that, and.
Yeah, but we'll get it together, and if you have that flatbed, that would be great. That, and all I can say is we stay very busy. We have possibly 2 events so far on Veterans Day and 1 funeral on the 10th. And of course, now that the season is coming, it's going to get busier. So anyway, that's about what I have. And I just want to say the Quilts of Valor is great that the auxiliary does. And Gary Speaker, I applaud him going out in the woods there with those ladies and gentlemen out there. They really, like you say, they don't really want to see us.
I've tried several times and I haven't had any luck, and I'm going to talk to Gary about seeing if he could try it. I tried several times and it just.
He told me not to come. I said, okay.
Yeah,
That's what he told me.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Jerry, could I just ask you one question? One of the things, and I don't want to get the number wrong, how many services do you normally do in a year as the Honor Guard? It's a combined between both.
I think last year it was the events and funerals added up to 71. And I would think that we're right there, going to be right there this year.
Okay.
So at the rate that we've been going, so.
It's sad, Jerry. Sad to say this morning, I was very upset at my House Committee meeting. Gus Rogowski has been with me ever since I was 20 years. He's had cancer, and usually the cancer goes at a slant like this.
Yeah.
Last month I was talking to him, he was feeling great, but evidently the cancer he has goes like this and drops. He could barely walk from here to you, so it's he came to say goodbye to me. And it just tore my heart up. It just tore my heart up. Last month he was walking like you are right now, and he went from there and it just dropped, and he could barely walk from here to you, but he wanted to come to the post and say goodbye to me, and it just, when I was talking to you, Randy, you know how tore up I was. So that will be one coming up. He said it could be today, it could be tomorrow. He doesn't know that with this dropping thing.
But what I say to the public is, anyone who has family that wants a veteran with an honorable discharge, the Honor Guard is here to serve. That's what we do. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jerry.
Yes, sir. Randy, do you want to go, I see it's on the agenda here, the ordinance?
Yeah, the ordinance is what's there. I put a copy on everyone's here. It's, one of the main things I wanted to get this out to everyone was because of the changeover, once a year between, the American Legion and the VFW. And the other thing I wanted to have done is, according to the ordinance, we should be reporting back every so often to City Council on the things we did. And that's why I wanted the things that the Veterans Board does and what we do for the community. And I wanted to make not only the City Council involved, but all the public involved, informed also that, there's a lot of very, very good things being done here in the community. And like most boards, they have a sunset date. It can be renewed periodically, and I think there's no problem with ever renewing this, but I just want to make sure we do our part, report back to all the great things we're doing, and at least let the city know that, we're doing, everything's going well, and we keep out there every day. And what I know, I don't think there's days go by that someone's not being helped somewhere by one of the two organizations.
Yes, and that's the thing, and so many people in the community think that the American Legion and the VFW, they think they're just places where people go drink cheaply. They really don't know the thousands and thousands of dollars that we put and the amount of hours that our members spend out there doing these things. And it's nice to be recognized that and like these meetings here, people giving up their time to come to turn and make sure that we're all on the same page, to be able to go out and do the Veterans Days and 4th of July's and stuff. And it's nice, and I agree with you on letting the City Council know that exactly what some of our organizations are doing, because we do a heck of a lot out there and get very little recognition for it.
But even though Fridays, what you do, you have very reasonably cost dinners in most cases, which help a lot of people, and that's open to the general public. That's not just open to veterans organizations.
For example, one example on that, I have a veteran at my post. October 15th, he turns 94. He's a veteran of World War II, Vietnam, and Korea. World War II, Korea, and then Vietnam. He went through all three of them, Bob Stewart. And he looked at me and said, well, you're not having nothing for me on the 15th because I'm going, my neighbor, so on the 13th of my steak night, I'm having a little surprise party for him at our post. 94 years old and still going strong and been through 3 wars. Marine. Naturally, he's got to be a Marine. Throw that in there. But, recognizing our own people, it really doesn't get done that much. I think you're all aware of that. Our workers, our steady workers, the people that we count on every day, they're there for everything. Very seldom do they get a thank you or the recognition that they deserve. And they don't really want it. They're not looking for it. But a thank you goes a long ways. When you do something for somebody and somebody comes and says, thank you, it really goes a long ways in what the people are doing. And I think in ways, just like what I'm doing for Bob Stewart, he's been on my House committee, he's been at 94 years old and still trying to work and help our veterans. And it's so nice that we're able to turn around and do that and recognize our people that really are out there for us. And I think we all need to do more of that.
Okay, agreed.
We need to take no action on the ordinance. You're just showing us that
That's what I wanted everyone to be informed, what it was going, just an update, and mostly to put together the thoughts and, the things that are done in the community.
Right.
Because it is not
I
strictly
believe
just supporting the veterans.
we've been doing that. It's been recorded, so we're doing good.
We're good.
Yeah,
As I can tell.
you want to bring up Sal? A lot of people don't know what that is.
Okay, sure. My name is John Kinlan, and I am also the SAL commander for Post 189. And the biggest thing that we do, we mentioned the grave marker program, and that's something that Peter Puzo put together. And what it is, it's a flag with a marker on it, and his goal is to make sure every veteran's grave has a flag and that marker on it. He started with the smaller cemeteries first. He's plotted out Sebastian River of how many veterans are buried there. We don't have enough money right now, but he is ordering 3 gross of flags, and we're gonna start working there too. And we take donations and we get covered by the press when we actually go out, which is nice. But that's a program that he's gonna try to get other posts in our district at least to do. He just came up with it on his own, and it's very good. And that's our number one thing. And the other, we just coordinate. Sal supports the post. And for anybody that doesn't know, that's another way for any patriotic person who did not serve but is related to a veteran to become a member in the post. They can become a Sal member. And if once they become a Sal member, their wife could become an auxiliary member. And then they can become a writer. So it's the way to come in the door. And then there are several of us who are both post members and Sal members. But that is another way. When I started recruiting, I forgot sometimes when somebody says I didn't serve to ask the question, did your father serve? Did your brother serve? Did your uncle serve? It's just another way. And I believe the VFW has their auxiliary, man and woman auxiliary is the way they can get in. But sometimes it's just, I forget that. But Peter started that program and he's still spearheading it.
If you would turn around and get me a letter requesting a donation for that, I'll take that to my board and I'll be able to get a little money to help out with that.
Make sure I do that. Yes. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah,
but I have to have a...
Yeah, I know. Put it in writing.
You know how that works.
Yes, sir, I do. Okay, so we covered the reportings and everything. My brother and sister, do you have anything to report?
I'm good.
Okay.
I think everything that we spoke about today is, going very well. When it comes to our flags, I'm originally from New York, and I belong to a veterans club up there, and our CPA that took care of all the books for us and that, I don't know how he did it, but I will call him. But every year he was sent a form from the government, and he just signed it, and he got all the flags he wanted, free of charge, delivered right to our
That would be
veterans
great information.
Neil, you're right.
But I can find out.
In Silver Creek, I used to do that in Silver Creek, and they would send me boxes and boxes of flags with the...
I can, hopefully I can get the contact.
Okay, that'd be great. Absolutely. Thank you.
I mean, if the government can help out one, they can help us out also.
Do you have any updates from the hospital, Neil?
No, just that they're, in West Palm, they're just working, they're doing a lot of additions down there. They're having a problem with their parking, but they're shutting down some areas. They have valet parking now at West Palm Beach, and it's working very well, but the only problem is they get jammed up, and the people that don't use valet, they gotta use the same road, and it's hard to get around the park, but they're working on that to fix that. But other than that, I have nothing else to report on that, no.
Neil, is that representative for the VA hospital in West Palm?
Very good.
Okay, well, I'm a VAVS deputy rep.
Yeah. Ma'am?
No, not at this time. This is my first meeting. Thank you.
All right. Then the only thing I see here on our agenda is, and if we have any roundtable or topics, according to this, our next meeting is December 3rd, Randy?
It should be at the first Monday of every month. One of the things also, John, if I can bring up, there's the update on the Veterans Day activities, what's still pending, and I'll follow up, I think, but I will help John Whitford with the letters and so forth.
Okay.
We will need, like, one of the commanders to sign those letters, or yourself, whoever, inviting, the mayor, the city manager. Also, I had a request from from the maintenance supervisor at the Parks Department for Pearl Harbor Day. Do we have a time, or do we have a time set place? Which organization is coordinating that?
The VFW usually takes care of Pearl Harbor Day. That's December 7th.
Yes.
I'll get back with you on time on that.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember we had pretty much a set time. Do you remember what time we used to do that? Wasn't it about 11 o'clock? Pearl Harbor, that's one we'd take and put the flag, everything. Yeah, yeah. Now, are we, because each year, you know, we all swap with who's doing the parades and everything. You've never done Pearl Harbor Day, have you?
No.
Okay, I believe that was always us.
Sean, didn't you put the reefs out in the lagoon on Pearl Harbor Day?
No.
Ladies didn't carry them out.
Pearl Harbor Day.
No, I believe that we did the reefs. We did the whole thing right now. Pearl Harbor Day, I believe. Yeah. But the American Legion is always invited. It's usually we have a pretty good turnout for Pearl Harbor Day.
Would be a similar setup of like what we've had, you know, for the past celebrations we had there at Riverview?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll get back with you as soon as I can, and I'll check on that and see when, what time the time is.
Yeah, because they'll just need to set up and get the roads closed and everything prior to.
Okay.
For clarification, Randy, do we meet monthly or every other month?
Every other month, the first Monday.
Sure, we meet every other month. Thank you. Okay.
Back to Veterans Day. We have everything squared away on Veterans Day, right?
You've got the report in
Right, I talked to John, he said he had
everything.
I looked over everything that he had,
You had to confirm a speaker, I believe.
he was confirming the speaker yet.
Pending Rabbi Michael.
That was for the rabbi, but for the speaker, I believe it was the gentleman that he was going to use for Memorial Day.
It was the Admiral, I think.
The Admiral.
Yes, it was a Rear Admiral.
Yes.
Looks like he's confirmed.
He's confirmed.
Just going over this here will the city print out copies of the program to pass out?
We've done that in the past, yes, we will.
Okay, believe that the city done it I think we did it one year, but I believe the city got involved and
We've been
started
doing
doing
it since I've been involved, the city's been doing it, and I was told they've done that before, for the programs and so forth.
Who will assist in passing out programs? It's usually the Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts or Sea Scouts, one of them. But that we've got time we'll get that done. Water from Walmart. We got open house at the VFW. We'll be having cheeseburgers and hot dogs and potato salad. I don't know what the American Legion is putting up, but we'll be putting cheeseburgers, potato salad, and hot dogs out. That's after the thing. I believe everything else is in pretty good shape there, so. Just want to make sure because we don't need no more.
Whatever, like, so when you get me the time for Pearl Harbor, just what exactly, if there's anything out of the ordinary that you're looking for the city to help with, I'd like to know that, so.
I'll get back to the folks when I leave here. I was gonna go, but I'll go back, I'll get that and I'll get that to you.
Okay. Seeing any other business to come before us? Yes, Al?
First of all, my apologies for being tardy. For the record, I'm Al Bleakborough. I'm known to, yes?
Can you spell your name for me?
B-L-A-K-E-B-O-R-O-U-G-H. I know it is.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm here because I'm part of a development committee for a DAV chapter that we are establishing in Indian River County, since there is no existing DAV office in Indian River County. I'm also the service officer for the VFW 10210. I'm a certified VSO for the DAV. Currently, I serve in that capacity out in Barefoot Bay. Once we have our charter presented to us, I will no longer be a part of that DAV post. But I'm here to hopefully join you folks on the Council for the Veterans Affairs, because I'm involved in a lot of veterans issues and organizations. That's all. Just wanted to introduce myself. Thank you.
There you go.
Seeing and hearing nothing else to come before us, I'd like a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion?
I'll second it.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned.